just wondering, beneath the bluster and the rhetoric and the political manoeuvring, do you feel government really understands the negative impact economically for business and more widely for us as individuals that could result from a no-deal Brexit?
Well, I mean, I think it's very mixed in lots of ways. We know how complicated it is. So look, there's undoubtedly a bit of a narrative that says, with a skinny deal on the table, how different is that really from no deal? With all the hassle of trying to get it, isn't it better just to accept no deal and move on and stop all the debate? I think we have been utterly clear that simply isn't the case for so many firms up and down the country. We did a big piece a couple of weeks ago with 71 trade associations, so 71 sectors of the economy, all saying a deal still is absolutely fundamental if we're to have a foundation for recovery post-COVID. And there are so many reasons for that. There are almost sort of three buckets of reasons. One is the immediate reason. If that deal, as it should, is tariff and quota free for manufacturers, for anyone dealing in goods, that is so important, and that makes an absolutely immediate difference. Now, for services, obviously, the deal itself may not have that much more in it, but that's the second bucket. What it does is there's a range of stuff outside of the FTA that is actually in many ways pretty close to being ready to go in the days after a deal is agreed. So whether that's data, whether that's a trade deal with Turkey and other rollovers, whether it's starting to look at equivalence of qualifications or intercompany transfers, all of that can follow if we get a deal. And then the third reason it's so important, and long term actually, this may be the most important reason, is that if you're in no deal, we know what the relationship between the EU and the UK is going to be like. It's going to be a blame game. If you've got a deal, you've got a relationship intact, and you can start those critical conversations about how you build on that, how you put in place easements for what is still going to be a bumpy January, a bumpy February, how you work together to make sure you're supporting all of your economies over that time. So absolutely no question how important it is. Do they get it? Well, look, I'm talking weekly to Michael Gove. Last week, we brought together a group of advanced manufacturers. Yesterday, it was food and drink, being very, very honest and blunt about the challenges and the preparations needed. So I think, yes, he is hearing. I think the Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, understands it. Alok does. And they're being good champions for it. But we know that in many ways, the problems that remain are political. On the EU, it's country management, it's single market protection. In the UK, it's party management, it's the communication about sovereignty. And I think we are at the stage in the negotiations now where it's political decisions that get us over the line, not negotiating decisions. And that is what is really needed. And the final thing I'll say is, whilst I still feel we will get a deal, speed really matters. Preparation is so hard for so many firms. For some, it's because resilience has been stripped bare by COVID. For others, it's because actually there are too many unanswered questions, and we won't get answers to those questions until the deal and the text is clear. And if that doesn't happen, there's a lot of talk now about last possible date for agreement. That's no good. We need to be the first possible date. So that we get that clarity, we can put in place answer the questions that currently can't be answered, get those easements that I've discussed, and move forward as effectively as possible, because there are 40 days left. That goes in the blink of an eye. So I think the understanding is as strong as it has ever been. Business deserves huge credit for feeding the insight in. I think it's highly likely that if business hadn't done that, we would be slipping more into that no deal territory. But it's absolutely crunch time right now, so we're doing all we can to get it over the line.
Great. Well, thank you for your hard work on that, and let's hope your optimism is well founded.